My interest in dying behaviour began when I did my doctorate. My PhD was an interview-based study of people with less than 6 months to live, and I interviewed 100 people who were mainly dying of cancer, and I've been doing that kind of thing ever since, basically. I still do two kinds of things. I still do a lot of studies of the experience of dying and how behaviour changes when people know that they have a short life expectancy. But I also develop public health models for its care, particularly community engagement models.
Emrys was diagnosed with bowel cancer, and I can remember looking at him and thinking, God, he's going to die. What am I going to do?
Well, Kevin had been ill and he was admitted into hospital because they'd found a lump. Obviously we knew what the illness was then, cancer. A professor, he explained, you got 3 to 5 months. Our world stopped as we knew it there and then.
Believe it or not, the experience of dying has positive dimensions. And that's a very, very difficult insight to absorb. And a lot of my research, particularly the research in the last 10 years, has been about trying to provide the evidence to show people that the end of life has some positive dimensions, including love and happiness and peace and narrative wrapping up the story of one's life, and personal insight and growth, and providing the evidence that these things exist, and they exist in a strong way in large numbers of people.
A lady up the road knocked the door and she said, how is he? She said, I saw the ambulance go, and I said, well, you know, Pam, he's really, really poorly. And she said, well, all I can do is offer you support. And I said, thank you. And she said, right, let me come in your house and let me have a look around for the washing. And I said, no, it's all right. And she said, no. She said, if I ask you, you'll say there's nothing to do. She said, if I come in and I look for myself, I'll see whether there's washing, whether there's ironing.
Dying is like every other major human experience, like love. It has positive and negative experiences. And for the last 50 years, the negative experiences have had overexposure. Most people don't really know why they do things. So it is better to look at alternative methods, alternative ways of investigating the experience of dying. And so I embarked on a second half of work on dying, which looked at existing sources. So my work has been campaigning for palliative care services and national policies and local government policies to engage with workplaces, with schools, even with high streets and social media, to bring back public awareness, increase public education, increase community engagement and involvement, so as that people know what to say, they learn what to say when people are bereaved, they know how to offer practical support, they're not embarrassed, they know how to follow through instead of just doing something initially. They're all the kinds of things that we try to do, and in public health we call that building social capital. And a lot of my work and suggestions in policy and practice are around how to do that. And the thing I've learnt most about death is that the more you scratch at it, the less you can find it. The more you look for death, the only thing that you find there is life. It's almost a paradox. You expect to find a deadness somewhere, but I've never found it.
People would knock at the door asking me if I needed any help with the children, if I wanted any cooking doing.
And they'd sit with me through the night, all through the night, every night.
And this is the community I live in, and they've been absolutely fantastic through all this.
Bit by bit, I just thought, oh, what a wonderful street.